All right, unlike Tori, I had to write mine down. I'm not good enough to just stand up here and do this. So, tonight I have the honor and privilege to introduce this next amazing young lady. Her father passed away the week before she reported for preseason. So to see her compete the way she has just been amazing for me this year. Her dad was a man of passion, integrity, and more importantly, faith. I could see his passion as he watched the games. He would stand on the back of the gym and just pace back and forth. And when he made a big point, if we score a big point, he'd get that big fist pump, and he just really got into the game. He was also one of the first parents to ever pray for us as coaches. So that was something big for us as coaches to kind of see, that the parents, as we're recruiting his daughter, to actually pray for us that way. So, but many of these qualities that he possessed, he had passed along to his daughter. And you could see those in everything that she did. Her leadership constantly steers our team culture. She's always the first to arrive to set up the gym. She's always there, on time. She's one of those players that's just been a dream to coach. She plays with the same passion and energy that you could see in her father all the time. So, I've really, truly enjoyed coaching her. Some of the players you don't always say that about, unfortunately, as a coach, But ideally, there are some of those players that truly make an impact in your life as well as a coach, and Melea is one of those players. It's my privilege to introduce our sweaty floor wiping libero, Melea Meadows.
I'm a little shorter than them, so I'm going to bring this down. Hi, how are you guys doing tonight? Good. So it took me forever to think about what did I want to say? How did I want to address this conference, these people, these teams? We all come from so many different backgrounds, so many different walks of life. So this is what I came up with because I needed to write it all down because I wouldn't remember it. We all have a choice to make. We must each individually decide whether we're going to react or respond to the valleys we encounter in life. What are we going to do with what's just been handed to us? Are we to crumble and never recover, or are we to grow and mature? I wholeheartedly believe that God never wastes a hurt or experience. Therefore, we should not waste them either. On August 2nd, 2021, I watched as my dad's heart rate slowed and eventually came to a stop. I stood there motionless as the alarms on the monitors blared and nurses rushed around me. My mom asked, "Is this it?" The nurse who had been with my dad during his entire time in the ICU silently nodded his head yes. The night before, my mom, brothers, and I were able to spend some time with him as the doctors feared the end was imminent. We sat and talked, prayed, cried, laughed. We experienced just about every emotion possible in the allotted time the hospital had permitted us to have with him. All the while, he was unable to respond due to being on a ventilator. While no one knows for a fact whether someone can still hear while being sedated, we tried to act as if we were having a normal conversation. I told him I would go back to school as planned and play my senior season because that's what he would want me to do. So here I am, living out the very dream I had prayed for since I started playing volleyball in 7th grade. I had no idea all the plans the Lord had for me and will have for me, but I have made the choice to not waste his hurt. Rather, this is a part of my story that can be used to honor God and hopefully encourage others. So what are you going to do with your story? How are you going to use it? I know everyone in the room has dealt with loss, heartbreak, disappointment, failure. The list could go on. It is in those moments where we feel as though our world is crashing down around us that we are being molded and shaped into the men and women God has called us to be. While we are not defined by our lowest moments, these are the times where we learn the most about ourselves and others. It is then that you decide what kind of person you're going to be. Thus, we all have choices to make. We get to decide what kind of teammate, leader, student, friend, coach, and worker we're going to be. Our time playing this sport is so limited, so choose to be the teammate that invests in her team, encourages often, leads confidently, works hard, celebrates even harder, and wipes sweat off the floor with a smile, even if it's not your own. Be the teammate you would want to have. Every day we set foot on that court, we get to choose whether we're going to enjoy it or just go through the motions. This game is a gift, and it's a privilege to be playing at the collegiate level. There is no way to accurately sum up the last 4 years of my time at Mobile and being a part of this conference. However, I can honestly say these have been some of the best and most fun years of my life. And that's the way it should be. My dad's most consistent words of advice were, don't forget to have fun. Since 7th grade, Melea heard that for the first time. I have said that to every team I've been a part of, and it's still one of the first things I say in the huddle to my team right over there. As fun as the game of volleyball is, it is the girls on the team that make it worthwhile. It is my love and care for each of my teammates that motivates me to work harder and be a better leader. Because at the end of the day, it is not about me. I'm here for them and to play my heart out for them. I'm here today because those are the girls that have been there at the lowest moment of my life and never left my side. It is my coaches who have supported, encouraged, yet continued to hold me to a higher standard because they knew that's what I needed. So what kind of teammate are you going to be? What kind of coach are you going to be? What kind of culture are you going to drive? We each have the freedom to choose, and the choice must be made. Don't take time and time with people for granted because you never know when it will come to an end. Use the gift of the breath in your lungs to make a positive difference and love those around you well. Nothing is guaranteed, so enjoy it and just simply have fun. I want to thank this conference for allowing me to speak. I want to thank my coach for choosing me to speak. I want to thank every single one of my teammates for encouraging me for all 4 years, even though some of you are new. And thank you guys for your time.